Hello, my dear students, and welcome back to our course of lectures. And today, with a great pleasure, I would like to introduce to you our new topic. And today we're going to discuss job titles. But first, let's take a look closely at our schedule. Our main topic will be, as I previously said, job titles. Grammar will be perfect continuous tenses, and we will try to practice our pronunciation. Firstly, let's discuss why should we consider this topic, because IT, or informational technology, is a constantly growing career field that offering a wide ranges of roles, positions, and responsibilities. Job roles often range in education and experience requirements, providing several opportunities for all professional levels. And knowing more about the job titles, their categories, and how more than one is used to describe similar duties can help to you to make your search of work more easily. So let's get started. And the first position that we will discuss in today is a computer support specialist. Who is he and what he is doing? So technical support roles are often customer service based and interact with the public or employees of a company to help resolve computer-related issues. They also provide troubleshooting tactics and advise the approach problem-solving from a customer perspective. And computer support specialists, they typically have great communication, analytical, and problem-solving skills with a well-rounded background in technology. Also, this position can have another titles. There is a big list. I will name for you only a few. It's like a computer technician, computer support technician, help desk worker, or help desk analyst. Also, it can be IT technician, problem manager, operational analyst, and technical support. Let's continue with informational technology analyst. So, roles as IT analyst designs and implements IT solutions. They are often based on users' need. They work with the companies and leadership to understand how teams, employees, or clients will use technology and what programs, features, or platforms will serve them for the best. It is very important for IT analysts to know and understand the hardware, software, applications, network, and emerging technology. This position can be also named as systems designer, IT coordinator, IT manager, solution architect, and application support analyst. And our third position will be web developer. Web developer is a visible and key role in IT field. This position create, build, and maintain the websites and infrastructures behind them. They often have both a technical and creative background to balance the careful work of creating information, also interesting and functional websites or applications. And the name that we can use for this position, it's a web designer, web engineer, a web producer. Also, it can be user experience designer or web analysis developer, also web content manager, internet engineer, front-end developer, and full-stack developer. The next will be technology sales consultant. So, those who work in IT sales source new customers and clients, review their requirements, software, and network needs. They also offer packages, rates, and pricing, and manage the transaction and the process of the sales from start to finish. They work with other teams to help deliver, install, and train usage of and maintain the items sold to the companies. Other titles that can be used for this position is technology manager, technology assistant, technology specialist, everything that connected with technology. But also it can be business systems analyst or IT sales director. Here we go. The next very important position will be information security specialist. So the roles in information security are very important. And these positions keeps companies, governments, and organizations safe from the different digital attacks and security problems. They implement and operate security software. Also, they search for abnormalities or different problems, update or upgrade systems, and inform leaders of different risks, threats, and concerns on daily usage. To work in this sector, you often need crisis management and problem solving and communicational skills. This position can have another title that includes security specialist, information security analyst, engineer, manager, consultant, project manager, or even program manager. And one more. A database administrator. A database administrator makes sure that databases are running effectively and efficiently. They use software to organize and to store the information, like purchased records, inventory orders. It can also be customers' recipes and other financial and private material. The database administrators are responsible for the safe protection and privacy of sensitive materials, which is helping to secure them from unauthorized access. And this job title can also include like database developer, analyst, manager, engineer, specialist, coordinator, or even data quality manager or scientist. The one more, the last for today, will be network engineer. The network engineer roles set up, implement, and maintain local, regional, or even widespread networks for a company, government agencies, or organizations. They work on storage, data security, or recovery, and have extensive background in computer science. And this position can have another titles like computer network specialist, computer system analyst, network administrator, architect, technician, operation engineer, and even reliability engineer. Great, everything is done, and now we can continue with our grammar topic. Today we are discussing present perfect continuous for the first chapter. And so we used a present perfect continuous to show result of a process in a present or to time span of unfinished action. Let's take a look on our structure. If we want to make a sentence of affirmation, on the first place we should put a subject, then modal verb, have or has, then auxiliary verb, been. Then we will have verb with ending ing. If we are trying to make from this structure negative form, then first place will be taken by subject, modal verb, the second, then we add part not, next will be auxiliary verb, simple verb with ending ing. If we're trying to make a question, then our modal verb will be placed on the first place. It will be have or has, then we add to it subject, then auxiliary verb in the perfect tense, it's been, and the last place will be taken by verb with ending ing. Let's look at the use of present perfect continuous in a more detailed way. So present perfect is used for action that started in the past and stopped recently or are still going on. This focus is on the course of duration of the action, but not on the result. And we can use present perfect continuous to show the action that is still going on. Let's take a look at our examples. We have been successfully working in this field since 1990. It means that the process started in the past and is still going on because the company is still working up to now. The second, I have been working in this company for over 5 years now. So the same, the person started working in the past and now continued it through the years. The second situation when we can use this time, it's one action that stopped recently and has an influence on our present. It's like, I'm so tired, I have been working all night. Or, I have been trying to change the toner cartridge, now my fingers are dirty. The second chapter, it's past perfect continuous, and it is also used to show the result of a process in the past or a time span of the unfinished action until a past moment. Let's take a look at our structure. The first place in affirmation statement will be taken by subject, the second modal verb. Here we have had only. The third place is auxiliary verb. In a perfect tense, it's been. Then it will be verb with ending ing. If we are trying to make negative form out of it, then the first place will be subject, then modal verb, then we add part not. Only after we use auxiliary verb, been, then will be verb with ending ing. And if we are trying to make a question, then we should put just modal verb on the first place, like had, then will be following by subject, then auxiliary verb, and in the end it will be verb with ending ing. So, let's take a look at the use of a past perfect continuous in more details. Unlike the present perfect continuous, which indicates an action that began in the past and continued up to the present, the past perfect continuous is just a verb tense that indicates something that began in the past, continued in the past, and also ended as a definite point in the past. I think it will be more understandably on examples. He had been drinking milk out of the carton when Mom walked in the kitchen. So, he started this process in the past, it was last long and also in the past, and it's ended up also in the past. Because this action was stopped by another action when Mom walked in. The second, I had been working at the company for 5 years when I got the promotion. Everything also happened in the past. Firstly, she was working, then she got promotion. Also, we can use the past perfect continuous in such case with words like when, for, since, and before. Because it's a word that you may see used alongside in the past perfect continuous tenses. Like Marta has been walking 3 miles a day before she broke her leg. The program that was terminated had been working well since 1945. And the last example, the catcher had been playing the piano for 35 years when she was finally asked to do a solo with a local orchestra. And the last chapter of our grammar part, it's future perfect continuous. As you already know, it is used for result of a process in the future or to show the time span of an unfinished action until a future moment. And the structure will be the next. First place, as usual, will be taken by subject. Then we are adding auxiliary verb. In our case, it will be will or shall, because now we are talking about future time. The third place will be taken by modal verb have, then been, and the last one will be verb with ending ing. If we're trying to make negative form of it, then first place subject, then will or shall, then we add the part not. On the next place will be have, then been, and the last place will be taken by verb with ending ing. When we are trying to make a question out of these statements, then we just should put on the first place will or shall. After it, we will put subject, have, been, and verb with ending ing. Let's take a look at the use of a future perfect continuous. When we describe an action in a future perfect continuous tense, we are projecting ourselves forward in time and looking back at the duration of that activity. The activity will have begun sometimes in the past, present, or in the future, and is expected to continue in the future. Like, in November, I will have been working at my company for 3 years. At 5 o'clock, I will have been waiting for 30 minutes. Or, when I turn 30, I will have been playing piano for 21 years. One more interesting peculiarity about future perfect continuous, then in this tense we can't use non-action verbs. What I mean? Non-action verbs, it's like to be, to seem, or to know. They are not suited to the future perfect continuous tense. So instead, these verbs take the future perfect tense, which is formed by the next structure, like will, have, and past participle. Let's look at the example. I guess you would like to say, on Thursday, I will have been knowing you for a week. But we can't use the verb to be. That's why we are using our structure. One more time, will, have, and past participle. So this sentence will be like, on Thursday, I will have known, because the past participle, you for a week. One more example. I will have been reading 45 books by Christmas. Let's try to transform it into the right form. I, then we have will, second place have, and our verb reading we should transform into past participle, and it will be read. I will have read 45 books by Christmas. Great we are, and I think now we can start our pronunciational practice. I will read for you the right phonetic sounds and you will try to continue. The first one, I thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought I thought I thought. If the thought I thought had been the thought I thought, I wouldn't have thought I thought. Let's try to make it one more time. I thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought I thought I thought. If the thought I thought had been the thought I wouldn't have a thought I thought. The second will be Sophia stood silent. Let's try one more time. Sophia stood silent. Great. And one more, and even not one, to practice our S. See, Sister Susan's sunflowers, said Sophia, silence in such stiff silence. One more time. See, Sister Susan's sunflowers, said Sophia, silence in such stiff silence. Next. So soon, surely, said Sally, smiling, especially since Sarah shows such spirits. So soon, surely, said Sally, smiling, especially since Sarah shows such spirits. And the last but not the least, softly, softly, Sarah, said the Sally Silex with a smile. Softly, softly, Sarah, said Sally Silex with a smile. And last for today, some 7 summers since Simon's second son Samuel saw Sophia's prigs somewhere. Some 7 summers since Simon's second son Samuel saw Sophia's prigs somewhere. Great. And now I would like to explain to you your home task. I would like to ask you to prepare a short speech where you're gonna describe your job title, because today we find out about a lot of them. And also make 5 sentences for present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. Thank you for your attention. Bye-bye.